Kia ora Canterbury and welcome to Canterbury Live on Friday the 4th of December. Congratulations, you have met the end of the week. Well, we've got a bit of a reggae theme happening today with our Christmas songs, so enjoy the vibe for your weekend. Rightio, we've got for you the top 5 most bizarre Christmas traditions, and we're starting things off in Venezuela. That's right. If you ever happen to be in Venezuela early on Christmas morning, you will find the streets closed to traffic as hundreds of people roller skate to mass. Sometimes kids will even tie a piece of rope to one of their toes and let it dangle out the window as they go to sleep the night before. On their way to church the next morning, skaters will tug at any rope they see hanging down from a window, and the children will wake up to watch the spectacle. Interesting, isn't it? Hope they've got nice toes. Next up, tie your mother up, why don't you? Every year, 2 weeks before Christmas, children in the former Yugoslavian republics sneak up on their mother and tie her feet to her chair. They then dance around singing, Mother's Day, what will you pay to get away? She then gives them their presents. Evidently, it's not enough to satisfy their little materialistic appetites, though, as the following week they do the same to their father. Greedy little so-and-sos, aren't they? Next up, do you need a man? Well, grab your shoes, girls, because here we are. Christmas Eve in the Czech Republic is supposedly a single lady's chance to find out what her future holds. Standing outside her front door, if she throws a shoe over her shoulder and it lands with the toes pointing towards the door, she'll be married within the year. So go forth this weekend. Next up, I hope Heidi's not around, because there we are, the Bavarian mortars. In acknowledgement of the Christmas holidays, Bavarian Highlanders fire handheld mortars into the air every year while wearing their traditional dress. Very bizarre. And last but not least, do you love a little piece of KFC? Well, you better head to Japan for Christmas dinner, because a testament to KFC's marketing team, they somehow managed to get the entire country of Japan to consider their chicken a holiday staple. It has become so popular, in fact, that people sometimes have to reserve their buckets months in advance. Wow. Great marketing there, extreme. Actually, a nice piece of KFC on Christmas Day would be quite tasty. Rightio, giveaways. We've got some wonderful passes to the movies thanks to the Hoyts team. They could be yours, but also we've got the wonderful magazine, Style magazine. It has been released today. It's looking absolutely divine, all about the great outdoors. Some great clothes in there as well, where you can buy all the hot items at the moment. So check it out if you want a copy. Don't worry, you can call through to us on 379 7100, and that's where also you can enter in to win this wonderful painting from Ira Mitchell-Kirk. That could be yours, or go to our website ctv.co.nz competition page. Rightio. On today's show, we meet local going international Asti Lauren. She is in to talk about what she's been up to, and we watch one of her incredible songs, her video that she's just released. And we caught up with the local PBA Legends team about a wonderful basketball event that was held. But first up, have you bought your crackers yet? For Christmas, I'm talking about, for the table. Well, how about if you bought a Christmas cracker to support a charity? I caught up with one of the team the other day from Kids Can. Enjoy. I love it. And that's what it's all about. It's about the children and about love, and making sure they get all the things they need. I'm joined now by Julia Hayden-Carr from Kids Can. It's quite simple, so that's what it's all about, isn't it?
It's really simple. Yep, and it's about the children.
It's always about the children. Christmas is upon us, so Merry Christmas to you.
Oh, and to you.
Thanks a lot. So love the Christmas buzz. Christmas crackers are always cool, but they're a lot cooler with kids' can.
They are. They've got everything in them, the hat, the bad joke, but also an opportunity to help children and maybe win a great prize.
So it's a fundraiser.
It is. It's probably one of our biggest appeals we do during the year.
It's a cool idea and it's quite unique really, isn't it? So how do we go about actually purchasing a cracker, or crackers, let's say crackers.
You buy lots of crackers.
You buy lots and lots.
So you can buy a box of 10, and singly, at lots of places in Christchurch. So Countdown's probably the most well-known one. We've got Cash Converters, the Coffee Club, Kennards, a whole range of places that you can go to buy the crackers this year.
Because you're going to buy Christmas crackers anyway for the table. We are, aren't we? All for the tree. So why not actually buy those that are actually going to support such a wonderful organisation as Kids Can? For those viewers who are not familiar with Kids Can, what do you do?
So we're all about helping children who are living in disadvantage to make sure that they have everything they need to learn at school, because we think the way out of poverty is through education. So we provide food, clothing and basic healthcare items to children so that when they get to school they don't need to be sitting in wet clothes, they don't need to worry that their tummy's grumbling and that they don't have a plaster on their sore or nits or anything like that. So it's just getting those basic things right.
It is though, isn't it? That we talk about the tummy and we probably take for granted that there's always something in the cupboard, but for a lot of children the cupboard is actually bare.
It is, and you know, I can't imagine going to work and not having something in my tummy, and to go to school and have to sit there and concentrate and learn without something filling that little tummy is a big ask for a child. So
you'll have some amazing stories of how you've made a difference as far as Kids Can stepping in. Can you share us with some of the the differences you've made in children's world?
Sure. I mean, in that little video that you would have seen there's a young woman who talks about getting her raincoat and how important that was for her, and now that she's a teacher, being able to give back to Kids Can. So I think that looking at those stories where you've helped, they've gone on to get an education and now they're giving back to the organisation is huge. I think for me personally, it's the stories we hear from parents, and they're just so grateful and they want so much for their children. It's just making that happen. And the letters and the phone calls that we get make every day at work, a real pleasure. And it's humbling, isn't it, as well? I mean, it could be quite a big thing for a parent to actually say, hey, I need help. Absolutely. And all parents want the best for their kids. And I think to put your hand up and say, look, there's not a lot of money in the house at the moment, could you help us, is a huge thing. Yeah, exactly. We've got some images here will actually pop up online to support things. There goes those wonderful crackers. They're so bold and they look great. They look pretty. They do look pretty. And as you said, there'll be a bad joke in there. I've always got a couple I can share with you if actually they're running out for next year. But there's over 1,000 prizes to be won. Let's not forget that. No, that's the really cool part. Yeah. Imagine being at Christmas Day and someone opening a cracker and winning a 7-day holiday to New Caledonia. Instead of a stupid plastic giraffe. Yeah, like some of them are. And there's actually a very impressive diamond ring as well that I was eyeing up, although I can't enter, but a beautiful diamond ring and a spring-free trampoline, which we didn't have in our day. There was no such thing as a spring-free trampoline. Oh no, it was old Rickery steel. And then had a couple of wires hanging off it. Good on you. Lots of other cool prizes also. Okay, hey, congratulations to you and the team for another phenomenal year. But remember, Christmas, you can help Kids Can. Buy those crackers, simple. We talked about them, Countdown or Cash Converters, kidscan.org.nz. You can check out the website. All the best. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you very much. Good on you. Now stay with us after the break because we are talking basketball, b-ball. See you soon. Well, joining me now
two, I can say basketballers now. I can, because you actually got to play. So we had the PBA legends here. Okay, so the Philippine Basketball Association legends. It was an incredible weekend. I'm joined now, and Lance, welcome back to Canterbury Live, and also to Blade Lazo. That sounds like a basketball, doesn't it? Really, you can see on the back of t-shirts and that. A successful weekend, Lance.
Yes, very much so. Good fun.
And you got to go on the court. How did that happen?
I turned up with my gear and I asked Blade, I said, hey, I've got my gear in my bag, if you want me to have a couple of minutes. I know the boys had paid to see the PBA legends, but Blade said, yeah, why not, let's go, let's do it. So it was good fun, chucked my gear on and they gave me a few minutes and I really enjoyed myself. Oh, good on you. Fun. Oh, okay, so saying that, do you think you'll continue the basketball? I will, I would consider it definitely, yeah.
Oh yeah,
you heard it here now.
Yeah, I heard that,
You can't go back. And for you, Blade, you played a guard, is that right, for the South Island selection team?
Yeah, but I let the guys play, and the one, I played on the exhibition game, you call this a buzzer beater.
Right.
So I played with one of the famous player, you call the Flush.
The Flush?
Yeah.
The Royal
He's really
Flush.
fast. It's really fast. So we get a time-beating competition at that time, and it's a good experience, playing with this guy. His name is Bal David. Bal the Flash David.
They're so fit though, aren't they, Lance? These players are just incredible, aren't they? The stamina.
They have in a half-time exhibition, what Blade was saying, the buzzer beater, they hit the hoop, dribble back down the other court, and then hit a penalty shot from down the other end, and then they're back to the thing. So it's all done on timing. So they play against each other. It's sort of who can do it the fastest. So there was about 4 or 5 of them win it, and Blade did really well. So
good on you. So it's quite theatrical, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was so warmly embraced, though, the event by the Filipino community, wasn't it, Blade?
Yeah, it's really a good thing. It's a good experience, opportunity for those people who see those legendary players. Yeah.
So what is in place, and I know, Lance, you're a big part of this here, there is places in place, say that 3 times, for those in the Filipino community to be a part of the basketball scene, though, isn't there?
Yeah.
So where can they join, Lance? And you're one of the sponsors.
Yeah, we're one of the sponsors. So there's the AFTNZ, the Association of Filipino Tradesmen New Zealand. They have their game. The PSA, so that's
the sports organization.
Yeah, they have about 14 teams.
14.
14 teams.
Substantial.
And that's sort of kicking off again. There's always basketball, so best person to be get in contact with probably Blade on Facebook, or look up his name through Mad Productions and get in contact and put the name down for the basketball if they want to join, and I'll be definitely looking into it anyway.
Oh, good on you. Again, you said it again. There we go. Because apart from the obvious, the fitness, the teamwork, there's definitely a community feel, isn't there, with around the basketball, and important for those that are moving over here to work from the Philippines.
Yeah, actually, those guys who just work here, our real game is really playing basketball. That is
like New Zealand All Blacks,
just like you're right. Yeah. So most of the time, every weekends, the thing is playing basketball with those guys. Yeah.
So it was quite surreal then being in amongst them. Okay,
these guys are like the superstars from like the 80s and 90s. These are like your Christian Cullens, your Bull Allens. Like,
oh, really?
Together, a game. So these guys aren't just sort of run-of-the-mill basketball players. These guys are like the cream of the guys that were like the awesome players back in the day.
Well, I hope you appreciated being out there to share some court time with them, Lance.
Amazing. These guys are just superstars.
Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, it sounded like it was a fantastic weekend for all, and for those that came along to watch. What's next then on the card for basketball for the Filipino community?
For the basketball community, for the Filipino basketball community, actually we're looking forward to do it again. Hopefully, not early next year, but soon. Maybe we try to bring them down south. Yeah, for the Filipinos down there. Yeah.
Brilliant idea. Well, congratulations to you both, and I kind of say more so to you, Mr. Lance Morrison. 12 years old, last time you actually got onto a court, so very impressive. And can a white man jump?
Slightly.
Good on you. Congratulations. Oh, he was a good sport. He took it in the air. Rightio, after the break, we are catching up with a local sensational that is making it in the international market. Ashley Lauren joins me.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bell ring.
It's a little bit reggae. Have you enjoyed the music? Thanks, Gordo. He's loving every minute of it. He's like our little Christmas Santa in the music department. Joining me now, Ashley Lauren. Welcome to Canterbury Live. Looking absolutely stunning. We have to start with your shoes just very quickly. Look at these shoes.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm going to put poor Seb on it. Oh, look. Can you get them? They're just fine. One of those international purchases. Esty, tell us about how you come about to enter into this very, very dynamic industry, music.
Basically, when I was 14, I moved from Christchurch over to London, and I went to a performing arts school there for basically 2.5 years, I think. And yeah,
And that's
that's
it.
just opened so many doors. So yeah.
So music has always been in your blood, though?
I think so. Yeah, kind of. I kind of started singing when I was about 9, probably. That's when I realised that I actually liked singing and I could sing. But yeah.
So this is the future for you, Esther.
Yeah,
You've really
definitely.
embraced it.
Songwriting and singing.
Songwriting. So what do you do currently? So you're living in London still?
Yep, still living in London, so just back for Christmas. But yeah, so for the past kind of 1.5 years, I've been recording with a label in Soho, which is really cool. My first album and all my singles, and yeah, they've been working with me heaps on everything.
I mean, 14, I'm just trying to get my head around that, moving to London to follow your dream and
Yeah.
with music. How are you finding it though? Because London is such a busy, it's a beautiful place, it's fantastic, but it's a bit daunting.
I don't know why, but I love the busyness and the fact that you can go there and just get completely lost. Like literally, I just sit on tubes and then I'll just go to somewhere that I've never seen before, and I'll find something, and that's what I really love and I find quite inspirational. So yeah, I think
So,
it's cool.
so from sitting on the tubes, watching people watching, 'cause it's a great place to do that. Do we see tones of that in your music?
I think so, because I mean, a few of the, because this girl that I've created that goes throughout my whole album, it is from personal experiences, but it's also from loads of people that I've kind of got inspiration off, from the tube, sitting across staring at someone,
Yeah.
and kind of a thing that I've kind of drawn what I think their life would have been like, kind of a thing. You know, you can, yeah.
Oh, it's
stuff
cool.
like that.
Describe to us, what is your music, if you could sum it up?
I would say psychedelic pink pop.
Oh, I like that. Psychedelic pink pop. All the P's.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Okay. So who have your influences been? Because obviously you're going to inspire other performers
people.
now. Yeah.
So I'd probably say Lana Del Rey is a massive
Oh.
influence. Jim Carroll, who's a writer and he wrote the Basketball Diaries, that's a massive, I
Influence.
just love him so much.
Just love his music. Okay.
And Amy Winehouse and,
Yeah.
people like that, basically. Lots of
I mean, Amy
people.
Winehouse and Two breeds some incredible, also very tragic as well. Good
Yeah.
life lessons there, really, isn't it?
Exactly.
So you're back home for Christmas. Yay
Yeah.
for us, and get away
Yeah.
from all that cold weather in London. Where can we see you perform?
So you can see me on the 19th at the Wonder Bar in Littleton. And then, yeah, I'm also singing at some O Weeks or Freshers Weeks for the University of Canterbury in February. And yeah.
And then back to London. So what's next when you get home, back to Europe? What's on the cards?
Well, first I'm going to Japan in January, where I'm actually doing some gigs around a ski resort there, which is going to be really cool. So
fabulous.
every day I'm going to be singing at the restaurant on the top of the ski field. So that will be really cool.
Oh, how hard for you. That must be just so
I know.
troubling.
Yeah.
Sorry to tell you this, you might miss out on the KFC. Do you know that in Japan, KFC is on the menu for Christmas dinners? Just giving you a bit of trivia. Just a bit of trivia
I'm
there.
vegetarian.
You're vegetarian?
Oh,
well, then
dear.
I guess you won't be. Do you like the chips, love? You can have some chips and gravy.
Yeah.
So great. So we can catch you 19th of December at the Wonder Bar in Littleton, but you will be around and about. But Instagram and Twitter, that's the best thing to follow you.
Twitter, yeah. I post daily, every day, and vlogs as well of my travels and things like that as well.
How important is that, Esty?
Very important. I mean, I've got over 60,000 followers throughout my social media links. So, I mean, I wouldn't get the chance to interact with people in London still if I
right.
didn't have social media. So it's a massive, massive part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, go forth and conquer. You're doing incredible things at such a young age. My goodness, the world is looking fantastic for you. Merry Christmas to you and your beautiful mum that was here today. You just really are a little mini me. It's quite incredible, really. Have a fabulous Christmas. Remember, December 19th. And don't forget Instagram and Twitter. Get all over it. Get all over it. At you, Lauren. Rightio. Thank you for a fabulous week. It's been wonderful. Another Christmas week. I love it. Make sure you join us next week. We've got the City Mission here. They need your help. Salvation Army, New Zealand Police, Summer Fashion and lots more. But now we are leaving you with the beautiful Ashley Lauren with one of her songs. Have a fabulous weekend. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.
In the air, you could almost hear it. He said you couldn't be ordinary, even if you tried. Is this the last goodbye? It was the summer of my life, brought back from '69. Our flowers in my hair, pretty dresses with no underwear. Follow me for eternity. Follow me to the endless sea. Follow me. We'll light up the skies and leave this world behind. Follow me. Follow me. Follow me. A dancing queen, but nobody cared. Lost myself in a whirlwind romance. As we skated down Hollywood Boulevard, you whispered words of love. Is it all a lie? It was the summer of my life, brought back from '69. Our flowers in my hair, pretty dresses with no underwear. Follow me for eternity. Follow me to the endless sea. Follow me. We'll light up the skies and leave this world behind. Little lights flashing in my eyes, like the stars in the night sky. We carved our names into the free